Hey everyone, this is Jono from Veracity with another video in my video series. This one on our statement viewer report rows. So what do I mean by that? We're going to actually go right into a demonstration. This topic comes up pretty often when folks are creating reports. And I think it's important to understand a basic principle of the statement viewer. So I've set up a report here. I didn't save it, but it's set up, and you can see what we're looking at is a bunch of different actors, some repeats. This is just test data. It looks to me like they're either scoring or terminating. It's a particular lesson, neural networks for machine learning lesson, and it looks like they have a score for all these. So if we go in and look a little bit closer, I actually have a couple additional filters here. So I'm actually saying when the string is in either terminated or scored. This is how you do or in the statement viewer, or terminated or scored. And I don't want, a terminated where there are no scores. So I'm also saying where the result score scaled exists equal true. In other words, there is a value there. It's actually specified in the data. So, in a nutshell, what we're looking at is people scoring on this particular lesson and their score. And, I could just look at this. I have it by timestamp descending. So these are the most recent people that got a score or finished it and got a score. So, this might be useful in itself. If you remember, or if you've seen some of the other sessions on the statement viewer, and I'll put a link to the overall statement viewer tutorial, but I might do a series about just little features that are available in this thing because it is really powerful. But anyway, over here, this arrow, if you click it, it'll open up the statement that is the data behind this row. Now, I know we only have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, I guess really 6 if you include the icons included here. And if I were to, download a comma separated value file of this data, I would just get, these rows is the only thing that I would get. But if you open up one of these and you look, you can see all of the data that, was responsible for filling in these items in these rows. So that should be a clue, actually. Each row corresponds to a statement. So when you are looking at the statement viewer and you are generating reports, you might be configuring, I want to show the actor, I don't want to show the actor, I want to show a score, I want to show a completion value, I want to show extension values. But what you are actually doing is you are showing those values in a particular statement. So again, kind of our rule is one statement is one row in a report. We often get folks who say, okay, but I have an exam. The exam has 10 questions. And in those questions, once I answer them or the student answers them, I get a responded verb and I have multiple statements, multiple of these for every answer. So what if I wanted to have my user, Irene Joanna here, and I wanted to have their answer to the first question, their answer to the second, their answer to the third, and the answer to the fourth, knowing that those are all different statements. The answer for the statement viewer is this is not where you do that. By definition, the statement viewer is viewing statements. I know it's different configurations of statements, but it's still an XAPI statement as the data source for each row. So doing something more complicated, like showing all of the responses from different statements in a single row, is something that you can't do in the statement viewer. We do have tools that allow you to do that type of thing. It requires a bit of effort to set it up, but once it's set up, you can, look at that data, but this is not the place for it. So I'll follow up on some future videos to talk a little bit about if you have that use case, how you may do it. There's a couple different ways. But yeah, if you're using the statement viewer, you're creating reports where a row in a report is the data from a single statement, and then the next row is the data from another statement, etc. Just an important concept to know when using it. I think we're going to call it there for the day. So thanks for watching and have a good one.